Okay, and I know as soon as I start talking here, my little rabbits at the background are gonna start chewing on the fucking box. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. I am your host, Noppers, and this is my first round and my first match rather for the first round of the APAI, the Asia Pacific Americas Invitational. I would suggest it's the brainchild of Kafuzzled, but I don't actually know the complete background. I haven't had a chance to speak to anyone about it. But ultimately, Kafuzzled is one of the leaders of this particular competition. And look, it's looking pretty good for a broad range of people run from the Oceania region, though. So the teams that are actually participating, we've probably got that image somewhere, don't we? We should have brought that up, and I didn't actually bring that up. So let's try and find that for you. Ooh, APAI. Anyway, how are we? What day is it? Sunday, isn't it? So Sunday in Australia, Saturday in the States, and I've got a couple of cool teams that I'm streaming for tonight. But let's see if we can find that primary monitor for you. Let's just rid of the flyover and logos. There you go. There's the primary monitor. There's the matches. There's the teams. That's this weekend. So Group A match is the GBI guys versus Evo. All right, streamed by Lone Hawk, streamed by Butterdog rather, and a Lone Hawk. Match 2. This is the one I'm doing. Is the OPBHB guys versus the 10th Mountain Division. Then the third match is TFK versus, who's the one? That's BR1, isn't it? Yes. All right, so that's playing on BR1 Gaming and Mr. Overly Average streaming that. And then the last match there is the Foy Boys and OC, which is Fuck You, I think they call themselves, versus the Sev H team. And that's Trauma Stu looking after that one for us. So it is a pretty big weekend here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pretty big weekend. There's absolute shit tons of stuff going on all over the place. I've got a seasonal for myself this afternoon to do, and look, it's just a big weekend. But I'm excited for the APAI. So the teams, as I said, 3 para. All the teams are 3 para, 10th Mountain Division, BR1, Chimera, Evo, Fuck You, GBI, OPA, BHB, Sev H, and TFK. And there's a bye at the moment, so some of the teams won't actually be playing this weekend. 2 of the teams won't be playing this weekend. The map, as you can see there in the background, sainte-mere-eglise, and you'll see that twice today for me. I was fortunate enough that it's actually both matches I'm playing on. So let's have a quick look at sainte-mere-eglise and in my atrocious French accent. And I love this map. And if you recall, many years ago, maybe last year, the township was actually on this side of the map. It was on the left-hand side of the map. So they'd actually muffed that up, and they've corrected it in the meanwhile. Anyway. I have used Microsoft Flight Simulator to overfly this map, and it was pretty cool fun to actually look at how it was laid out and everything. And when I did it, they didn't actually have the church rendered in. And then I came back a little bit later on, and the church had been added in a patch. And I was like, yes! So it looks really cool. I can't show you that right now. I don't know where that footage is, but I think I got rid of it actually. But look, the main thing to remember, it's a north-south map. So it kind of changes our perspective a little bit there, first off. Second thing I'll say is that the central points to fight over, you can see the 3 different points there. The right-hand side, Pierre's Farm, is probably the hardest one to attack or defend. And the reason for that is there's a lot of open terrain on that right-hand side of Pierre's. Whereas the left side is just full of wheat fields. The southeast is wheat fields as well. So you've got to play smart out there when you're doing attack or defense, and make sure that you, I guess, use the wheat fields to your advantage or defend those wheat fields vigorously. For the middle one, the whatever the hell's it called? Hang on, I need to see better on my map. Wait for it. Let me just open up a screen here, and I've just this on my screen. Very hard. Oh, wrong map. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm looking at my screen. So AA network in the middle there. Lots and lots of trenches. A really good place to defend and attack. You'll see a lot of attacks coming in there from the north side more often than not, because of the way the wheat field and the east, the way the wheat fields work there, and the way the trenches system. There's a set of buildings up north there. That's a really good spot to have a staging point from. Down southwest of that, there's a sort of an orchard and stuff, and that's a really good area to set up as well. But the thing is, everyone knows that now, so you've got to try and be a little bit different the way you do it. Dugout, well, that's in a defilade. If you remember, there's a little hill to the east side of Dugout. So, you know, you can have anything approached from up there, including tanks and shit. Whereas the west side is very, very open, very wide open. So, you know, that makes it interesting to actually attack and defend that particular point. And I'm just going to go back now to the main screen here as we fly over. What are we looking at there? I think that is a dugout. No, that's AA network. I think. From memory. Anyway, so you can see quite an open map. There's a lot of big open fields with hedgerows and stuff all nearby. Yeah, that makes it tough when if you're not a great shooter or you're silly enough to be running across an open field. You're probably going to find it's going to work out poorly for you. Anyway, what is the APAI? It is just an Oceanic-led tournament, and I guess the first foray for Oceania as a whole getting into the competitive scene. We've got Chimera, of course. They're playing in the HCA, and they're also in the seasonals. But for a lot of these teams, they've been prepping their comp teams this year, getting set up. The BPL, of course, was earlier this year, and that was an Oceanic-based competition. And so these guys and girls have all been getting themselves set up for this type of thing. And now we've got a good majority of the Oceanic teams are actually now playing, or Oceanic competitive teams are playing. And when I talk about there, I talk about 3 Para, I talk about Chimera, I talk about FOCU, GBI, and TFK. The other teams, SevH, Evo, they are, and 10th Mountain Division, BR1, and OPBHB. They are from other nations, China, US, Spain, I think is one of them. I'd have to look that up. I'll just see if I can find that information for you. Let's have a look here. There's a little thing with flags for who comes from where that I had from somewhere else. All right, so, you know, like 10th Mountain Division, I know they're from the States. OPBHB are from the States and Canada. SevH, a combination, usually they work with the 501st. They are from Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Paraguay, I believe. So it's pretty international competition, this anyway. So the match will be starting in a couple of minutes, just so you know. I'm just getting that preamble ready and having a quick chat to you about stuff and things. For predictions, well, look, I know a fair bit about 10th Mountain Division. I don't know anything about OPBHB, and unfortunately, I contacted their team rep, but they didn't provide me with information. Either they missed the message or didn't think it, or I don't know. Anyway, I didn't get any information. And I sent that a few days ago. So OPBHB, if you're listening to this, look, I am keen on actually talking about your clan in this competition. That's what I do. I like to talk about each side. I don't belong to any particular clan. So I'm here to support the community and the competition and the streaming. So I don't have any information about OPBHB beyond where they come from, unfortunately. However, I do have a bit about 10th Mountain Division, and Colonel Matthews, I've worked with him. I actually did a live stream with him on his Twitch a few weeks ago and, for the seasonal. That was really enjoyable, by the way. I am looking forward to joining up with the good Colonel again soon and doing another stream. I really enjoyed that. Our styles offset each other quite nicely, I think. I'm the fucking Energizer Bunny and he's the calm and collected one. All right, but 10th Mountain Division, okay, the first competition they actually got involved in was HCA. All right, so they've had a bit of a learning experience there in about 5 matches. I think we had 5 rounds. 5 rounds of HCA, and they've been doing friendly matches as well. I've streamed one of those with Trauma Stewart at one stage. But I've streamed a couple of the 10th Mountain already, but the HCA was the first time they got into the competition stuff, all right? And they've had mostly friendlies before that, of course. They've played against OC and Foy Boys, they've played against BST2, Some of the names to look out for, and we could probably bring that information up on the game here. If I just go to the live screen for a minute, you don't need to see my talking head. Go. We just have a look here at the, I'll take the header information off. So we need to probably fix that because that's set up this morning and I don't have it set right. Go, that. So the 10th Mountain will be on the Allies side, the OPBHB will be on the Axis side. It's just we're waiting for the map rotation there. We'll just do a quick check here to see on the time because it's just hit time now. There's some of your names, folks, on both teams. Colonel Matthews, of course, is the commander of that team. I don't know who OPBHB is. We'll see them later. But some cool names in there, I must admit. There's some interesting ones. So that's a quick look-see there at stuff. We'll get back over here now and just check and wait. We're waiting. They're doing the obvious shoot the ground lots while we're waiting for the map to roll. Now, the players to look out for if they're in this match from 10th Mountain, Staff Sergeant JT, Staff Sergeant Ikbela, First Sergeant Scout Cub, Sergeant Evo Platypus, Corporal Tank, and there's a few others. I know a few of the names in here, and I'll be able to call a few of those out. I am interested to see what 10ths do with all the lessons they've learnt in the sorry, I've just realised. Yeah, I've just realised I've actually put the wrong title up, and Blue's just picked me up. Yeah, Blue's just picked me up. So, oh, map's changing. All right, we're going to get across to that. Here we go, folks, ladies and gents. It is on for young and old. We're about to see the goodness of sainte-mere-eglise and what the OPBHB versus 10th Mountain Division can actually do. All right, so the point is going to be AA Network. Oh, this is going to be brilliant fun. I love watching this. Now, we need to talk about a few different things about what the APAI is. This is a 35 versus 35. All right, so let's start with that. And it's not a fight for the center point. It is a fight for everything. But I highlight the center point because it is, it is important. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly look at what AA Network looks like from up in an aerial view here. And I'll just get rid of that as well. So you can see the trench system there to the, if we just get our bearings for a moment, that's north. I'm north facing right now. So if we look north facing and we're just going to swing around to the west side here and look east, that'll give you that reference. So you see the trench system there on the left side of the AA Network, the north side, and then there are buildings up there further, about 200 metres further north, further to the left there. And that is vital. And then there's two big wheat fields out that way as well. So that's a lot of attack zone out that way. If you're not attacking from there, you're doing it wrong. You've got this area down here I mentioned as well, which is the orchard and all the wheat fields and stuff like that. And as we get in closer, just to refresh your memory, this is what it looks like in a wheat field. So you can't see jack shit. So OPs and garrisons down there. That wheat field tends to be hammered a bit though by everything. And so it's not the greatest spot to attack from. Defensive wise, you've got to control those zones. If you're not controlling those zones, then you're literally fighting on your doorstep here and here and here, and it gets bad. This is a favoured area for people to come in as well. So that tells you about AA Network as a starting point. We'll have a look at other points as we go. We've got stuff out here to the bottom of the screen, the west, out to the east and stuff like that. Now let's look at what the teams are doing here for their 35. So we've got a light tank there. There's the good colonel there. He's got truckloads of people here. Yeah, a couple of loads there. Go on the big right flank as well. Maybe a few people on artillery. We're going to whip down to the bottom of the map now. And we're just going to have a look at what these guys have set up because we don't have the dual screen. Unfortunately, I didn't get time to actually organise someone to do that. There's 6 passengers in this side. So this is on the left of the point. So they're coming up pretty hard on that side. We've got another truck there. That's the supply truck. What's that? Another truck there. Middle sort of area. And then we've got way over here a truckload of fun as well. There's a tank. Panzer IV. And what else have we got? Anything else? Didn't see anything else. Luke's. Yep, there you go. So there's a couple of tanks coming up, one on either side. So out here and out here there's a tank. I'll just get back up to AA network and get ourselves ready here. This is going to be really interesting because it's so wide here. It's very hard. I like the tight maps because then you get to sort of film the area you want. But we'll have another look at this quickly. You can see lots of movement markers there. Lots of good comms there straight up. We want to see that through the whole match from the 10th Mountain. So you've got a small push on that flank, but a big push in the middle here. Whereas for these guys down here, the OPBHB guys, you've got lots and lots and lots of stuff coming down that bottom area. Let's get the markers back up. We've got Axis and Allies there. What do we got? We're going to put... we're not going to have IR. We're not going to have Easy. We are going to have... Where are the seasonal headers? Oh dear. Left-hand side, and there we go. I thought I'd done all of those. I haven't. My bad. We'll get the icons up in a second as we watch the action actually happen here as they come into the point. And you'll miss the sound for a little second there while I just bring up another icon or two. Oops, sorry. Just bring up another icon or two so you can actually see who's whom. Here's 10th Mountain's logo. We'll just quickly do a bit of dodgy editing again. I do this almost every time, don't I? It's terrible stuff. There's the initial push, though, from the 10th Mountain on the left there. They're a bit further back than the OPBHB guys. I think the OPBHB guys have got the drop on the 10th Mountain at the moment. They certainly have gotten into the point a lot quicker, and that's going to make a big difference. Sorry about this icon shit. That's terrible stuff. We're in, we're on, we're locked, we're ready. Let's get back into the battle there. And OPBHB have got the domination here. There's the Stuart tank coming in on the left-hand side there. Truck going straight through around the back there, I can see. On the point, that Stuart's going to cut this flank out here. Oh, that tank's getting smashed by the Lukes, though. Panzer IV, of course, is on the other side there. There's a 75 coming on the left there as well, so it's going to come over and try to shoot the Lukes. Comms there, it's been called across, but OPBHB have taken the point early here. By the look of that, they've done very well. That Stuart's hanging on for the grim life. There's the Lukes shelling. Now he'll be backing off because he would have seen that 75. Who's just hit him or got close to it, I reckon. We'll whip around here and have a look from the north. Correction, we're not north, are we? Where are we at the moment? Yeah, we are on the north side. God, I'm already disoriented. This is actually quite interesting. I thought OPBHB had the point early there. Early truck kill there on the right flank. Not really that important at this stage of the game to use those rockets on that sort of stuff. The two tanks there on the right flank trying to pick off that Lukes. Of course, we don't know where the Panzer IV is at the moment. It might have gone out really wide. It might just be taking its time to come up. I can see the commander down there from the Venivici, I think his name is. He's just respawned by the look of that. We've got, well, yeah, okay. So the OPs have been set up by OPBHB, and they are now getting those spawn waves in to start to take the point again. So they've got the numbers here. I think they've got the numbers here to take this. I think they just have. There's a lot of gunfire going on out there. Oh, that's Chappie up on the hill, up on the top of the roof down there on the bottom right of the screen. He's doing a bit of a shooty shoot. Right, 76 coming on the map now. I can see that from the 10th Mountain. So we've got some heavies on the field. We'll see them in about 2 or 3 minutes. All right. Quick slurpee of the drink here as we work our way through stuff, and I'm getting messaging about some things, so I better just check that quickly. Yep, so Fuzzled's called me out on the title as well. Thanks for that. Always forget. It's terrible with the title, but I fixed it all up now. It's looking good. I did a lot of mucking around this morning. I'd had my game changed at the last minute to what I was actually doing, and I hadn't really had time to do the editing on the stream because I'm doing a bunch of other shit as well at the moment. So it's just a rough weekend this weekend, but we're here and we're happening, and congratulations to OPBHB. They've managed to capture the point. So let's talk about what we've got now. We know AA network is going to be on there. The Lukes are still smashing into the 75 over on that right flank there. We'll just keep an eye on that out of the corner of our eye as we back off now and have a look at Bunnings. Or for the American friends in channel, this is Home Depot right here, ladies and gentlemen. So Colonel Matthews is back there, and there's a Puma in there. Okay, so they've run a Puma into the point. That's actually a bit of a problem because that'll be in there now. Yep, smashing the garrison that Matthews would have put down in there. Oh, the garrison's still there. Actually, he's done well. So where's he put that garrison? Let's have a quick look. It's not... It's in the building. I'm sure it's in the building. Yeah, it is. Better get in and have a bit of a look-see at that. Yeah, there it is there. So that's probably going to die. Most Rover, Abbas and Greg something or other have just taken out the garrison in there and put some real pressure on the 20th 10th on cattle sheds or Home Depot or Bunnings, as we call it. So, good enough there, good enough. Now they've raced off. Oh, that's an interesting play, isn't it? Go in, piss them off, shoot the garrison and get out of there. I guess, oh, now it's taking rockets from the side there. Lena trying to get a shot in on it. I think he missed, but geez, that would have scared the old Puma. Still haven't seen the Panzer IV though. Really keen to know where that's gone. And the 75 over there smashing away at stuff. There's a 76 on the field now, as we said. And here we are in this wheat field that I mentioned before. And this is that important wheat field that we have to actually either attack or defend, depending on which side you're on at the moment. And this is controlled by OPBHB. So that's good stuff for them. They need to hold that field. 10th Mountain need to get themselves down into this area here. If they've got that, they lost that control in that field, give it a couple of minutes there, see how they go, try to get it back. If they're not doing anything with it, leave a handful of guys there to defend it and take another flank with a squad leader or two. This is the opportunity that I talk about in many streams where you just run a couple of squad leaders down this way and, you know, let everyone else defend, do whatever they're doing and run a few squad leaders around. But at the moment, I can see that OPBHB are really pushing the advantage here. There's a dead... Well, yeah, look, all the Allied tanks are dead there. There's the 75. It's been nailed by that Panzer IV for sure. While the Lukes was keeping it distracted. So the Lukes and the Panzer IV have managed to take out all the Allied tanks there. So we'll note, as I was mucking around with before in the stream, and g'day chat, by the way, lovely to see you all. I hope you're enjoying this so far, me and my fucking technical glitches. We've got 10th Mountain's logo up the top left with the Allied logo and the blue colouring of the side. So I'll always be on the 10th Mountain Division's team and they'll always be blue. And they'll always be Allies. For the Axis, of course, therefore, it's OPBHB. That's their logo. That's their symbol. And they'll be the orange players for the entire team. So that gives you that benchmark so you know what's going on when I talk about Allies and Axis. Just look at the top of the screen. It'll help you out. And I've just realised also why is this all... I know what I've done wrong. I did all this and I thought I'd done it all and look at that. All right, there's your Axis and Allies and the correct header. And oh dear, okay. So we can do this, can't we? We can do this. We can copy this and we can paste it across here. There's the OPBHB guys, and we'll put it back in. So I did all of this, and I couldn't work out what was wrong before. This is the problem when you go live and then go, fuck, what just happened? Copy, and we'll paste it. So I've done two because I'm doing two streams today. Where it gets a little bit challenging sometimes, where you have to try and multitask across different competitions. But I want to give this competition as much, not more, than others maybe, because this is my home ground. This is an Oceanic-led tournament. So there we go. We've got the logos up now. It's a lot better. It's got the APAI fucking thing up there. Yeah, back into it. This little push on the right flank here as you're looking south on the map. So out on this flank here. Look at the pressure going on up here. This is 35v35. So we can have a quick look up here. You can see this pressure on the artillery. They got 3 on artillery. I'm surprised by that. You know, 35v35, that's a lot of artillery. We've got this interesting little push out the side here, which is, well, it's being shut down. It's going to get shut down pretty hard. If 10th Mountain let this get through out here, they've got a really bit of a soul searching to come in. And the reason I say that is because this is a single line attack along a single hedge. But having said that, we just saw... whatever, where is it? There it is. There's that tank. That's the Lukes, is it? No, the Puma. The Puma doing merry havoc around the back lines there and allowing the team, the OPBHB team, to push in along the hedgerow there. So, 10th Mountain, you are in a bit of trouble here, gang, because you are allowing them to take the initiative on every flank. Well played by OPBHB at the moment. They are really putting the pressure in. There's that Luke's shelling away. There's the 76, I'm guessing. That's going in for that Luke's. 76 needs to get its finger out. It's going to take out the Luke's pretty quickly, I'm guessing. We'll just back off a little bit here and see what else is going on as we look at that. He's got his sight on it now. I think that was artillery. All right, so there it is. The Luke's is down now, but they need to take this Puma. This Puma is absolutely ripping shit up on the point and allowing the OPBHB team to come in from that right flank that we can see. Oh, there's the Puma. Just wore it. Whoosh. Whatever that was. Great kill on the Puma. Thanks for coming. I think that was an anti-tank mine in the doorway. Well played. Okay, so they've learned a lesson there. I like that. That is great play there. It's a good little bit of cover there now as well. Unfortunately, it's done the damage on the point here. You can see that 10th Mountain are really stretched on the point. I don't even think that... Oh, yeah, they do have a Gary there. They need to throw some bodies on. It's not locked at the moment. Here's another tank coming in by the sounds of that. That'll be a 75, I'm guessing. So they've thrown down early there on a 76 and a 75, having lost it early. Resources looking pretty good, though, so that's not too bad at the moment. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. Let's fix that up a little bit there and have a look. And, yeah, so, yeah, anyway. All right, here we go. Yeah. What do we do here? 10th Mountain Division? What do OPBHB do? This field is still on. There's nothing happening way out wide. There's a lot of the map not being used by either team at the moment. OP Freak Fighter, thanks mate, appreciate that in chat. OPBHB used to be the comp side of Team Dix NPA. Move on to form our own group. Fucking excellent, mate. Chat to your leadership team. I'd love to hear more from OPBHB. I will be casting matches for you, and I really, really do want to be able to talk about where you're from, what you're about, and all that sort of stuff. We could probably talk a little bit more about 10th Mountain in a minute, but I'm just sort of keen what's going on here now on the field, because 10th Mountain have finally actually pushed back a little bit there. They've got their numbers in now, and they're doing a little bit of that hard yards kind of stuff. And like the field is still contested pretty heavy there. That wheat field, the left of screen. 10th are getting the initiative there a bit. So Airbag's hurt is probably trying to get around the back and put in either a garrison or a bit. But look at the lack of stuff going on here at the moment. There's 3 garrisons, tanks fucking marked, four things marked on the map. There's that 76 running around. Here's a supply drop. That's what we want to see here. Probably something out this way as well. This is a good area to come in from. If we can just have a quick look at that. Out there was where I'm looking. Over here. There's a good spot to come in from. Where we're looking right now. Because you've got lots of background area there. That's where I'll be coming in from. Right now, based on what's going on. But you can't leave flanks open, can you? So if they go and strip some forces off to go that way, then they've got a problem here on this right-hand side of the screen as those guys push in. Their artillery, though, is still 3 on artillery, and there's 2 recon squads down there. There's a fuckload of people around the back here. I guess they're trying to sweep through and clear out this stuff over here. It's 10th are getting themselves squared away here, but not enough. OP are getting there. You know, it all happens simultaneously, doesn't it? So while 10th are starting to get some initiative and get something moving, OP aren't just sitting back. OPBHB aren't just sitting back chilling, and they've actually got the flank down here below us and pushing through the wheat field. This is another problem for them, because once for 10th. So once OPBHB get up into this area here, it is very hard to stop. It is very hard to stop. You've literally got to do like a squad sweep out there. And this one here, this is one of my favourite fields to put stuff in, because you just whip across here. Nobody sort of sees you. You got lots of cover there from those walls. Yeah, anyway, there we go. So OP's talking to me about they played in the 10th, played against 10th last night in Friday Night Fights. Okay, so there's a bit of learning there. I didn't stream that match, of course. I streamed the other Friday Night Fights the other night, which was the Oceanic one. So interesting to go and watch that stuff anyway. And sorry about the muck around before, guys. I did have everything set up, and then I thought I hadn't done it, so I was like, oh shit, and I had to try and fix it up in game. I realised it was done on another screen. It's just too many things going on at the moment. Noting that I rebuilt the computer, full reinstallation of Windows about 2 weeks ago. So I'm still trying to recover my actual streaming shit and everything like that. But get back to this, 10th Mountain are in real trouble here. They're in real trouble here because, as I was worried about for them, OPBHB have got in here. They've got into the point. And there's a satchel. Yep, the obligatory satchel on the side of the building. Just you know, Colonel Matthews has thrown down a recon. He's seen the troops out this side. They'll all be looking there. But look at that spawn wave. And we're about to see a giant motherfucking satchel go off here and take out the garrison and take out poor old Jimmy and Hunter, who'll have no idea. Be about 10 seconds left on that satchel, and it'll be GG's in there, and this will be OPBHB will get their OP up there. You can see Dyslex. Boom, there's the satchel. Jimmy's managed to dodge it. Jimmy's like, WTF? The garrison's alive. Oh, wow. All right, well, I take it back. that satchel did not pick up the garrison, which is in this building. But fuck me, you wouldn't want to run out at the moment. There is shit going on everywhere. 10th Mountain live to fight another day on that point. There's a Panther over the back there. I'm assuming the 76 is dead. There's an airhead now. That'll be an OPBHB airhead. There we go. OPBHB throwing an airhead down. Yeah, that 76 has been nailed. There's another one up there and 75. They need to get to the point quick smart. Is anybody... Oh, Diablo just wears an arty to the head. Oh, dear, dear, dear. But that... Oh, Warbeard picks up the airhead. Well played, Warbeard. Whoa, he must have seen that come in, and that is a vital, vital play at the moment. Gosh, this is a tight fight on the point at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely nail-biting stuff here. 10th Mountain are holding on for grim death, while OPBHB are really, really putting a relentless pressure on. You can see that 10th are trying to get around the back of him now and try and sweep through. Very smart play, that. Very smart play. But OPBHB did the right thing by getting into that wheat field. They're going to be like a tick on a fucking dog trying to get that off. Pain in the bum. Here they are coming in there, be hanging on. And just holding their OPs and Garys out here. Whatever they've got set up, I'm not sure. Probably get some people defending on it. Oh, nice kill there from Almighty. I reckon the 10th Mountain guys are going to clear that out. That's a tank dead. That's a Panther dead. Oh, that's a big loss. That is a big loss. The 10th are getting shredded on the point, though. Oh, Skiz and Wilhelm got into the point there. They managed to get in. Did they get the garrison? No, he did not. He's coming in from the other side, though. Can he get the garrison? Maybe he's got a satchel. I'm not sure. Oh, Nardig has picked him up and saved the garrison, I reckon. That was a satchel by the look of that. I reckon he was going to put a satchel in there, and that was a save. The unfortunate part of it, though, was it was an absolute shredding of the infantry on the point there. Here's another satchel coming in, I reckon. Crew's been shot by Warbeard. Holy shitbags. This is edge of your seat stuff, ladies. There's the spawn wave. 10th are coming back on the point now. Oh, it's a save. It's a big save. That's a big save. They got to get out of those buildings, though. They got to get out there. That Panther kill was huge. If that Panther was still alive, it'd be real trouble for him. That field out there with Fearless is running towards, though, that's their biggest threat at the moment. Oh, this is tight. It's contested point. It's still going. Oh, it's going back the other way now. Yeah, they're just starting to lose the infantry again, but they'll get another spawn wave off here, I reckon. Maybe. Is it locked? No, it's gone. The Gary's gone. Someone's got it. That's going to be the end of this point. 10th have put up a vigorous fight, but they're going to lose it now because they've just lost too many things and they've got no spawn options there. They've got no spawn options there. My goodness. We are 20 minutes into this battle, folks, and it's been like the fucking grand final. It's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant stuff so far. Kills all over the place. Tanks exploding everywhere. Big open map, as I said before, so very easy to get picked off at range. Oh, catches a breath, takes a sip of his coffee. Wait for one of that. All right, so this is going to fall to 10 OPBHB. Here is a bombing run. That'll be Colonel Matthews putting in a bombing run. I know he's putting it up that side. I don't think, or maybe he's going for a garrison down here, is he? There'll be an OP for sure. That's whoever that was just got shredded. Absolutely shredded. Oh, mate, just then. Oh, boy. So I don't think, no, 10th they're not going to have the momentum here. Those tanks need to be in the point just ripping. They need to be ripping. You can't sit back when you're losing your point. You just can't. So, oh, what a brilliant fight that's been. So that'll be, I'm going to say that's going to go to OPBHB, that one. And we're going back up here now. Colonel Matthews knows that he's setting up on the barn now. So what do you do from here? You've got an hour and 10 minutes to win this or lose this, depending on who you are. So what we're going to see here is Matthews set up. I think you should probably get another garrison out on this flank, cover the map edge, another garrison in here. Well, certainly I'd have about 5 or 6 Garys along this 2 rows right now. Just give yourself all the options. Give yourself every option. Get them as tight as you can, as close as you can. They're good Garys. You've got the headquarters spawn as well, remember? So, you know, we will see that happen. And then push this flank here. That's a great flank to come in on. We've just talked about that. We've just seen OPBHB do it. So why not use that? All right, and a bit of pressure from up this way. So your trouble with going this way, of course, is, oh, and that 76 is dead now. Oh, no. That's a terrible loss for that 76. That is going to put real problems out here for them. On the last point here, we're on the barn. Or on the barn. So let's have a look at that from a bit a higher up perspective. See these two paddocks here in front of us? There should be no excuse for anyone running across here. If you just have 2 or 3 people here in this trench system, they can cover both sides. All right, that covers this entire flank. All right, and the road as well. Now, that's a half a squad. Over here, a squad. Absolutely a squad on here. And this is a staging point to get folks down this way. All right, get them down this way. And then through these buildings and then across. This is going to be a hard fight because this is going to be where OPBHB come from as well. All right, so for OPBHB, they definitely need to be attacking out this way because they want to press the advantage towards the point. That's the closest path and the most cover. But unfortunately, they're also going to run into trouble here from the attacking team or the other team. And so that's, it's vital they have people out here. The big point, though, where Bob is going, I'd go further. They're not going deep enough. Nobody's going deep enough. We know these teams are all top shelf stuff. This is it. This is the deep I want to see. That's the deep. Third row. Don't fuck the second row on that. You'll get back to it. Go third row. If you die down here, okay, fine. Hopefully you've got an OP or something up here. You can do the run again. Airbags has got the right idea. That is how you run deep. Right, so Bob's probably there as a defender at the moment, and he's got a lot to defend against. This area up here, though, this is where we would need to see a defensive line. All right, and you just need a squad here and eventually at the next set of buildings. All right, but once they get up there, they're going to run into trouble fighting here because of all the wheat field and stuff like that. All right, so get your tank here, shoot and fire support down that way, covering whatever, and go from there. For the OPBHB guys, they've got the right idea here. I can see it now. Get the tank, keep the tank deep, and get it shooting and stuff. Don't overextend. Push that tank up across towards those fields. Get it up onto this corner. Get infantry on the left and right side of you, and then shoot off towards the barn, looking at stuff on the rows and stuff like that. And then maybe get your infantry to move up to the next set of buildings and follow up with the tank. Follow with the tank. Don't lead with the tank. So that Stuart there doing this little ninja run across the field there. I think that Panther's going to see it shortly. This looking little rocket. Oh, I tell you what, that was a bad smokesy. Not a bad shot, mate. Not a bad shot. I just think that APA, in this first round of the APAI, and these guys have said they played against each other before in friendlies and stuff like that, and Friday night fights. I definitely think that OPBHB have got the upper hand right now. I mean, obviously they got full cap points, but just in their play style, the initiative, the fluidity of their team on the battlefield at the moment, the way their squad leaders are manoeuvring and things like that, I think OPBHB have definitely got the upper hand right now. Where'd that Stuart go? He'd be fucking, yeah, there he is lurking. You can kill a Panther with a Stuart, ladies and gents. He's just repairing though. That was an opportunity there lost. Bit of comms, that Stuart's probably just gone, nut, fuck it. You put a shot in on it though, and then hide. Always try and get your shot in. All right. Here we go. Let's have a look. Good little defense here from 10th, sorry. They are 20th, 10th on another competition. So they're usually the 20th Panzer Grenadiers and the 10th Mountain Division. So I might accidentally say that. At the moment, though, for this comp, they are playing purely as a 10th. Now, Colonel Matthews did tell me the other day that this is, wait for it, this is the, I'll just get his information here. We're giving our non-comp guys a chance to compete, so I think they'll still perform quite well. Right, this is the, I guess, the B team, we would call this. And they're holding their own not too badly there. That defense of cattle sheds went pretty hard. So for a lot of these guys, I'm guessing it's not their comp team. So I'm guessing this is, their first foray, some of them, into this level of competition. I mean, it's a fucking brutal awakening, isn't it, to come into this sort of stuff like this. But, oh, that's a kill. That's a kill on the tank from whatever that is. That's a 76 there. He's killed the Panther. Oh, nice kill there. Nice kill there from the Captain Tank. All right, well, I guess you think you... Yep, Spisso Norio TV and Grandpa. Nice kill on the Panther. That's important, and it's shut down the attack. This is a good defense here. These guys have got a very, very good defense here at the moment. There's a dinky little Stuart, the raging Stuart racing around the map just there in front of us near Warbeard. So this defense is working well, but what else have they got? What else have they got? Well, here it is, ladies and gents. I was wondering where it was. I knew airbags was down here somewhere. Tits DDD. Is that a name? Is that even a name? Come on. Where is it? Tits Triple D. All right, there you go. Well, there's nothing kid-friendly about this stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is the attack line. So I guess they're waiting for something. What are they waiting for? Do we wonder? An airhead? Bombing run? Slow sweep? Tank, maybe? Sparky's there. I'll put an AT gun in here, probably. Be a quick way of killing whatever comes up the first time before then packing it up maybe and running off. So what else can I tell you about 10th Mountain here at the moment? We can tell you a few things. I tended to find that their playstyle was too reserved early on, and they in other matches, and they learnt vigorously is the way I would explain it. They had a lot to learn through the comp in the HCA, and so they grew, and they grew a lot. We're still seeing some challenges here for them, but as we just saw, nice kills there from Sam. The the group have just sort of formed for this particular team. This is their non-comp team. So good on them for having to go at this, and we want more people in there. If they could run 2 teams in comps, that'd be brilliant for them. They do some interesting things. There's quite a few that serve in real life in the military or have served. So shout outs to there. Thank you for your service, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a current serving member as well. They had a big meet-up and a D-Day reenactment. That was awesome, apparently. I'd really like to see some footage of that, Colonel, actually, if you're watching. They do actually expect to be the underdog in most matchups as they learn through. Now, the underdogs are actually starting to take the point here, which will put a little bit of pressure on OPBHB. I don't think it's going to be a cap, although they are throwing in some serious numbers here. That's 2 squad leaders there. Don't know how many squads, but nice kill there from the defender, Brian. 2 kills now already. He's picked up airbags and somebody else. I don't know who else. He'll jump over the fence and probably get killed. They're starting to cap, but OPBHB should respond to this by throwing a squad back onto the defence, and then they'll be able to hold that. Nice kill there. Second respond, I guess that is. And we're starting to see a quest for artillery. Geez, there's some good trade shots going on here. Madcap just picked up Old Mate, or maybe it was Alarian. Sure. Wheelbarrow with an A. But again, while we talk about that particular point getting attacked, look at this. This flank has now been busted open by the OPBHB guys, and they're just starting to sweep around the back of that defensive line where Clementine is at the moment. And this is trouble for them. That's a squad. That's a squad up there from OPBHB that's going to sweep in, and they'll get a spawn off. So the defensive line is held well here, but it's lost its flank out on that west side of the map. And I'm going to come back to that. Just have a look over here and watch this attack that's going on and see what they actually do. All right, so we'll just sweep around here and have a bit of a look at this. The attack's still a bit linear. They've been shut down pretty well. OPBHB have done very well here in throwing back some forces to defend that. I'll be interested if there's an airhead come in from the good Colonel. He's throwing smoke down, but the trouble is OPBHB, or the good thing for OPBHB is they're extending out past the line, which means that smoke's ineffective because they're killing the 10th Mountain guys well out from the point, as you should be. You shouldn't be sitting on the point shooting at them. You should be out in the hedgerows and stuff like that, which isn't always easy to do. It's easier said than done to actually get out there, of course. As we saw with 10th before, trying to get out of the buildings, they were just getting shredded in the buildings. But that's where your OPs come into play. The garrison's there as a backup to first respond back. Your OPs on this point, if I was defending cattle sheds, I'd have a garrison in here and my OPs would be out here. Particularly this area here. If your OPs are in the point, you're doing it wrong because they're too close to the defensive garrison. And if one goes, they all go. Let's get back over here now and have a look at this attack. Oh, yeah, it's been closed slowly here. I'm just curious to see what happens on this point. So the difference here, of course, is the 2 garrisons are out further. So you can put your OPs sort of around the circle or wherever, or just in here. So you can spawn in there quickly. But it's always better It's always better to have a garrison sort of near the point. So this one's not too bad, rather than in it, because the enemy are likely going to bomb you there. So same here. This is different though. The Garys are good inside the buildings. But if you put them in the middle of something, like in the middle here, it's the most likely place to look for a garrison. In the middle here, the most likely place to look for a garrison. Why not over the side? Why not out here a bit, like here, or up here, or down here further, so that when they come in here, they know you're spawning. They have to work their way through to find it, or up here. I don't know. There's an art to Gary and OP placement, and it's never put it anywhere that is the first obvious place you would look if you were looking for the enemy's garrisons or OPs. That's your rule of thumb. Where would I be looking for their garrison or OP if I'm trying to find it? This attack out here is looking solid from OPBHB. It's got a recon squad or two in there, of course, and we're going to keep an eye out for what happens there. They're actually now starting to cut through down the bottom here. I think 10th are getting picked apart here. Again, they're trying to respond one way, then they're trying to respond the other. Their attack is not working down here. It's been shut down. Crew, you can see there. Have they got the garrison still? It's locked at the moment. He hasn't found it. It's literally... Oh, he's been shot. He's put a satchel on. Did he get a satchel off? I don't think he did. Okay, so he's probably trying to put a satchel down and take out that garrison, and it didn't work. But it's in the middle of the field. Like I would have put the Gary over down in this corner, maybe, away from all of that, with the points there. If the point's over here, then, put your Gary down in this corner, right, where that OP is. That's not a bad spot, because the enemy are going to run along that fence line, then and probably not in here. Anyway, they're just little things that make a difference for how much sustainability you've got in your attack or your defense, because this game is about, or this simulator is about giving your team spawn options. The agility, almost think of it like having helicopters to drop your troops around the battlefield. It's giving your team options for attack lines and things like that. We'll just get a bit of a skim up here and have a look at how this attack's doing. So, the more options they've got, the more agility you've got as a commander and or as a squad leader to outflank and outmaneuver the enemy. But if you're coming in on the same garrison and there's like 4 squads coming in on that one garrison, you definitely got some problems with where your spawn points are. So just things to think about there. Sorry, I'm slapping my coffee cup down on the table here. Still defending here though, 10th. The battle sort of slowed down a little bit here. After all that vigorous activity of the first 25 minutes, we're not even halfway through yet. 10th are in a little bit of trouble on the last point, but they're okay at the moment. They've got a defensive line. The trouble is OPBHB's got that agility to outflank you, and that's what we've watched a few times here. And so we know that 10th can defend well, but they are being outmaneuvered by a little bit of superior play. So until the Colonel can actually stop that or counter that more effectively, it's going to be a continued pressure on the 10th. And there's a bombing run across the point now. This will be the final attack that OPBHB will be wanting, but they haven't got the numbers there at the moment. Maybe there's an airhead coming in. Haven't seen one. They haven't got the numbers. There's a tank there as well. Hey, Max, good to see you, mate. Shouts to Max, who is going to be joining me very soon as my co-presenter of the little mini games thing that we're going to run. More to follow in the next few weeks. So let's just say it's going to be friggin' hilarious. Here's a Panther now trading blows with that 76. I think the Panther's got the upper hand there. Yes, he has. Oh, that's painful for 10th Mountain. Great kill from the Panther. Must have been some good intel on that. He's all marked up now, but nobody's going to be able to do anything. Warbeard's been seen. He's got a hedge behind him, though. Infidel just needs to turn around and shoot him. That tank's in a bit of trouble. Oh, and the tank's killed his own team. Oh, no. That tank now deserves to die. Oh, but Like has saved that tank. Oh, boy. Wow. Okay. Reslar, Striker, and Dupre. You owe Like 50 Nin. Whatever his name is. Like 50 Ninjas. You owe Like 50 Ninjas a beer. Because that was a save. That Panther now is going to make the difference on the point. And you can see by killing that tank, it has allowed that infantry to push in. There's a supply truck running around the back there. Probably the Yeah, it is. It's OPBHB. I figured that. They're going to set up Gary up in the back. This is GG, ladies and gentlemen. This is GG. As soon as that Gary gets set up, with that Panther there, OPBHB are going to win this. They're going to win this. They're going to cap out the 5. 10th are... actually, it's been spotted. What the hell? He's overextended. He's overextended. A silly, silly, silly move. A silly move there from the OPBHB guys. Went too far. Just go to the wheat field. It's the perfect spot to set up a Gary. Got a question there from Smokey. Is Easy Company playing yet? Easy's later today. It's about an hour and a half away, that stream. Easy and I are playing this afternoon. So in 15 minutes, you'll hear that message. And I'm streaming that one. All right. We have... Oh, that was a bit of a silly move there by Benivici, but he's managed to withdraw and set up a garrison out there now for sure, where he is there in the top right of screen. So this is going to be GG's for 10th. The reason is because they're not getting enough on attack. The attack from them isn't powerful enough to overcome the defense of OPBHB, and that garrison at the back there is going to be uncontested. Now we'll just whip over and see if there's any. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. They've got too many on artillery for 35v35. I just, 2 or 1. Honestly, it's not as effective in these types of maps. There's not as many bottlenecks that you can use it at, and they're just getting picked apart on artillery. I don't know whether that's a personal choice or a commander's choice, but you can't have it in this meta. You've got to have more agility in your spawn points, and they don't have that at the moment. And OPBHB are doing that now. There's a garrison in the bottom right there, or mid right of screen. We'll start to see spawn waves coming in from there, and they're even taking the point now with the numbers they've already got. But I will just whip across here and see there's a bit of a hold up obviously in that attack. There's some sort of a tank marked down there. That's the Panther still. Right, the attack around the back here from 10th is gone well. It's gotten in further, but I reckon they've had a hard slog to get there. Here's a bombing run coming in. Whose is it? That is the 10th. That is 10th taking out the stuff out here. They'll pick up the infantry, but they won't get the garrison. Good kill there. 1 down, 2 down. There's nothing else to kill there though. They won't get an OP because you can't kill OPs. Oh, someone just spawned in and died. That's hilarious. They are sweeping this attack out. If they get across there and work out that there's a garrison in that wheat field, then that'll be it. See, what is interesting there is that we haven't seen OPBHB spawn in off it yet. So the timing's got to be right on this stuff. It's not just a case of, oh, there's a garrison, everyone spawn in on it. It's get your vehicles ready, get your team ready, get your defense ready. Here's a Greyhound racing around the back of the Panther. Warbeard's going in for the satchel kill. Is he? Can he do it? Oh, the Panther's seen the Greyhound. Greyhound's about to die. Here's the satchel on the tank though. Warbeard, that Greyhound has distracted the tank, and there's a satchel on the side of that tank. Where the hell is the observer? There's the Greyhound. Has worn it in the arse. The observer's out. They're both out. They know there's a satchel on the tank. They're chasing that infantry down. He's looking for it. Here we go. Can he find it? Warbeard should have stayed there and defended it. Oh, he's got shots on. Is it going to go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! Oh, what a kill! That must have been tight. If you're taking a satchel off your tank, you can't stop for nothing because you're going to die anyway. Oh, wow. Warbeard, kill of the day. That was a good tank kill. He stayed there. I thought he was running off, but he stayed there. That's actually changed it here a bit. It's giving 10th a chance to hold a bit longer. They don't have the that area where Warbeard just died anymore though. That's a problem for him. Let's have a look what garrison is here. No, he hasn't put a garrison up. I apologize. Oh yeah, there it is. I was going to say, I would have left it in the wheat field to be honest. It's harder to find. So that Gary's probably spawning 1s and 2s. This must be it now. This must be the final attack because they've got that south flank. Surely they've just got to push in on it now. Surely they've got to push in on it now because 10th is starting to get a little bit of momentum in different spots. Not enough though. This attack will get shut down as well. There's a machine gunner in the top of the grain hopper there. Oh, he's been picked off. Nice shot. Maybe they will. Maybe they will push in onto the point here. They have to take the garrison out and they have to spawn in with at least a squad and a half. That is like about 9 or 10 people because of the numbers that OPBHB have been able to throw in, of course. And, I mean, they're full caps up, so they can afford to just shut their attack down. Here's a couple of tanks that are going to come in and help out on that. I just am not seeing anywhere near enough Garys, though. Like, the fact that you've got no Garys here for 10th means that they've lost control of that sector and or they haven't thought about it well enough. There's just not enough garrisons on the map. It is harder with the 35v35, but you can have 20 squad leaders. We've got to think about this way. I mean, I'm in a squad leader position as a streamer, but they're entitled to tell me go to a squad position, you know, just be in that squad, which is what they do for HCA. You know, it's 49v49. They don't want me taking a squad leader spot, or they don't want us taking a squad leader spot. Holy shit! Is that what is that? Is that a panther or is it? Oh, it's another panther. Oh, that's that panther from before. Okay, so they had 2 panthers on the field, and old mate blew up one. So that's the other panther. We're just looking now. We just saw the point blank on cattle sheds. If they were watching that, OPBHB will know that they've just got a little bit of less numbers here than they'd want. Let's see what happens with that. You can see that it's because of the tank coming in. I guess there's another tank around there below us. Yeah, there it is, over to the top left there. It's just killed something. That's a good kill. Little bit of number surge there now from OPBHB. So that's going to be a defense for a while. That Stewart's in on the point. Oh, there's just a truck around the back. Stewart's in on the point there, but he's not going to be able to see too much. And now he's getting smoked up anyway. So you don't really need to do that in the wheat field, because if we look down at where the Stewart is, right, he can't even see Wilhelm running in front of him. Alright, we're just running around the back of that and having a bit of a look. Look, see Wilhelm there, not getting spotted at all. And then also around that right flank, oh, this Stewart's dead, for sure. Going to get picked up by somebody. Now he's seen it, yeah, so the observer's actually seen that. He knows that there was infantry. He's managed to pick him up. Nice work. Ooh. That attack's not going anywhere at the moment, though. It's just not meaty enough with infantry. Let's go back over and have a look at what OPBHB are doing on the last point. Here we are. Not enough coming in from the north either. It's, again, no one's really doing any significant attacking. Maybe OPBHB have decided we'll just lightly press the barn, but we're going to hold the fourth point no matter what. I just want to look at, where's the rules for this? That's the rules. I want to bring up the rules and read through them with you while we do this stream. All right. Look. Brought up the wrong page. Round organisation, player roster. What do we do? Gameplay rules, streaming, map selection, cheating. Anyone cheating? No. Just trying to bring this up. See what we actually get here. Sorry, you've lost sound at the moment. All right, so it's based around the APAI is based around the FIFA World Cup format. Teams were divided in 2 groups, as we know, 1 bye per round. There's different schedule stuff as well. I'll probably see if I can find a schedule. So group stage, round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, semi-finals and grand final. All right, and that's how it works. Right, now let's have a look at, see if we can work out. We know it's 35v35. Match winner is the team that holds the majority of points after that match time is exceeded. Full 90 minutes, either team capturing 5 points or map expiring. Here's a bombing run coming in. That'll be the OPBHB bombing run. Yes, it is. This is the attack. There he is. He's probably just waiting for some stuff, I'm guessing. Airhead as well. Airhead as well. All right, this is it. They're doing the push now. Teams will be awarded a points capture score based on how many points they hold at the end of play. So 4-1 at the moment to OPBHB. This airhead is going to get picked up by the 10th. All right, they're marking that airhead coming in. Colonel Matthews has seen it. Alpha Squad have seen it. Fearless has seen it. He's got Brinamy trying to defend it from OPBHB. And my daughter's coming to the room, everybody. She just wants some food. She's 6, all right? Here we go. There you go. Bye. All right. Must parent at the same time. Good kill on that airhead, so that's taking that out. The defense is still holding pretty strong here for 10th Mountain. All right, so we got that rules stuff out of the way. We've just worked out what it is. So it's a points thing. It's always hard trying to remember which comp I'm streaming and what bloody what thing I'm doing. Sorry, I was just closing that other screen. You know what the rules are around stuff. Some it's just win or loss. The seasonal is, you know, if you win 2, you go straight through. If you win 1, you go through to a playoff. If you win none, then you're out after the first round. So you know, different comps, different things. So this one's a points-based system, 4 group stages, whatever it was I read out before, and then semi-finals and finals. It's quite exciting. Busy few weekends. Coming up into the busy season of the year for everything, actually. So I'm sure I'm going to get in the shit here by streaming too much. All right, the Panther still living. Nice Panther work here. Where's 10th need Warbeard back over here to kill that? No question. All right, but maybe there's an opportunity here for an anti-tank gun. I don't know. It'd probably be a bit of a waste out here. Certainly Hunter there is able to cover this field. This defense out here should be pretty firm. There shouldn't be any reason why anybody could get into the barn from this side. The 10th Mountain guys need to push out. They absolutely need to push out. And they're not enough, or they're getting pushed back too hard. It's possible, you know, maybe the attack is just really brutal. You know, quite skilled players here. I don't know the quality of the second group of 10th Mountain guys that we've got here. The first guys certainly at 1-on-1 can hold their own. And for OPBHB, they are showcasing to me that they are quite an agile team and some very good shooting skills. And that's of interest, of course, for everybody in this tournament, looking at other teams to see how they actually play and see what they're doing. All right, so yeah, good stuff here from 20th. That's from 10th rather than good stuff from OPBHB. Now, the attack is still going on here on the point. They are still contesting it. It's blinking again. It's blinking backwards and forwards. Blinking, for those that haven't watched me stream before, is what I say when the point sort of is contested. It goes one way, it goes the other. I just call it blinking. It's easier to say it. You know, because it does blink backwards and forwards there. You know, contested point is when it's actually one particular colour. That is that sort of faded colour when the chevrons are equal. Blinking is when it goes one direction, then the other direction, and so on. The attack here on the point is, well, it's a bit closer, isn't it? 10th have managed to get themselves into this front trench line. They're getting shot in the front trench line. Sparky's probably trying to get in and get this garrison up, but he's been picked off as well. Oh, artillery to the face! But they're throwing in another Panther, is it? Oh, no, that's a Tiger, my bad. I actually didn't even look at that properly. That's a Tiger. So they've got 2 heavy tanks on the field again. I think 10th have got a 76 on the field. A quick look. 75 there, 76 there. Okay, well this will be interesting over here because that 76 is about to run into a Tiger. Never ends up well for somebody. So let's have a look where the 76. Where is he? He's a miles back, isn't he? There he is, back on that road up there on the left, 9 o'clock. Rocket going in, hitting nothing. Just watch the attack a little bit here for a minute and see what they actually do. So they've been fighting hard here, ages. That Tiger seen and gets, well, Sparky trying to shoot either the Tiger or through the building. Nice kill there from artillery. Oh, that Tiger's watching. Here's Wilhelm. Round the outside, he'll be looking for that 76. Is the intel up yet? We haven't seen a marker on that Tiger. No one's pinged it. So that 76, which is flanking down there, would not have a clue unless a marker comes up. All right, there's infantry marked up the top there. That's interesting because that's where we're talking about that garrison before, around the back of the point, and it's starting to be taken now. I just want to watch this tank battle here. Quick look around the back here. I think it's GG's up here now. I reckon they've done a spawn in. This Tiger will be holding the point. But I just want to watch what happens here. This Tiger versus the 76 and all the infantry that's around it. That's good shredding there on Debo. So this will be a surprise 76 in the arse for the Tiger if it's fast enough. 76 has got to go down south, but if he does that, he's going to be isolated. That point's getting taken pretty hard though. Oh, damn it, stop doing stuff. Stop doing stuff in the background while I'm doing stuff. Oh, look at that. Quick look back. 76 is now, he's too close. He's right in there. Where's the Tiger gone? I've lost the Tiger. Oh, it's around the back of the building. Oh, it's a dodgy little play here. Flanky flanks going on. Oh, I can't watch it because this is the gameplay over here that we need to see. Matthews is out there saving stuff. He's picked up a bunch. He's got to find the garrison or it's GG's. The Panthers on the point. I think it's GG's. It's GG's. They're all over the point here. They've lost their spawns. 10th are trying to come back desperately. Matthews is around the back trying to play as hard as he can to clear stuff out, but that garrison's way over the back there in the far wheat field. OPBHB have bided their time on this last one, and now they're throwing down. Here's a bombing run coming in from Colonel to try and just save. Oh, there's a spawn wave. Will this pick up enough? Here it is, big bombing run here. 10 seconds left in this battle. If it picks up enough infantry, it'll still be on. He's got nobody there. Oh, it's GG's. He's held on, and there it is. It's gone. It's gone the way of OPBHB. Well played, OPBHB. All right, that was good work from them. 10th, as we said. Oh, look, I've got to give it a war bid for that tank kill. I know I usually give it to lower people, but well played there. Having a quick look at the teams here while we talk about this. Scroll down quickly and get a look at some of the others as well and some of the scores that are up there. OPBHB, that initial attack that they did was just top shelf. They managed to smash the point, start AA battery. I thought it was going to be a big fight for ages, but it just wasn't. They just rolled it. And then the big fight ended up being on the Home Depot or Bunnings there. And from there, of course, we look at the defense of a 10th Mountain, which was good, but it wasn't good enough. And OPBHB's attack was very good, and they held on for ages, 10th. And then all of a sudden there was that big crack moment where that North Garrison that I talked about way earlier came into play, and they did a big spawning off of that. A couple of Panthers and things run around, Tigers and that run around as well. They were trying to probably get that combined arms stuff happening, which is so vital no matter which level of combat competition you're at. So I guess we'll just go across here to the warm-up screen, and yeah, little tunes in the background there. So I guess the thing to note there for 10th Mountain is that some of the players went deep there a couple of times, but not often enough. There was width in the map that wasn't used. There were nowhere near enough garrisons for my liking, attacking garrisons, and even in 35v35. I honestly think that 10th Mountain Division need to break up one of those squads, just one of the squads they had, take all 3 of those people and make them 3 squad leaders and run them around as a squad leader pack doing something. Try that. So everybody else is on defense except for 1 or 2 squad leaders doing whatever they need to do. And those 3 squad leaders in that little squad leader pack, they move around setting up stuff for the commander, or even 2 of them. And then at the given moment, the commander says, right, I need 2 people from Alpha Squad, 2 people from Bravo Squad to switch to Echo and Foxtrot squads, and then they spawn forward on attack or something like that, right? That is using the game for its function and how it plays to do what you need to do, and it would work absolutely brilliantly. And I've seen it done before, and it is absolutely something I would be doing, and it's just that agility you need as a commander. And everybody else, as I said, is on defense. So, you know, if we've got 35 people, 1 commander, 3 squad leaders, just free floaters like recon, so that's 4. There's 2 recon squads, so that's 8 people that are running around. You've got 27 people that can be on defense. 27! And then get those squad leaders, and defense also includes moving out from the point in a couple of different directions. Squad leaders do that, whatever. But those 4 people that are on the attack, they go up and they set up a bunch of stuff, and then they rip out, say, 10 people from the defending group, and those 10 people go into the attacking squads and they spawn in on those OPs. You don't need airheads, you don't need garrisons, you just need some smart play. OPBHB, what would I do differently or better with them? I think their attacks were a little bit linear sometimes, and they were lucky in some ways they weren't against a much more resilient team there with a bit more agility. As we said, 10th, that's not their comp team, so good experience for those guys, and they played pretty well. 20th, OPBHB, I think, I think their attack could use a little bit of work there. It's a hard map to attack on, no question. The attacks were a little bit interesting there, but they did pretty well. Certainly, there was some very smart play from OPBHB, so well done there. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wrap up my little stream here. We might just raid somebody, though. Let's get a raid screen up and see who's doing what, because there's other matches going on, and there's sure as shit I'm going to go and raid Trauma Stew, I'm going to suggest. He looks like he's getting set up for his particular match. So we're going to raid Thomas Stew in a second, and that's what we'll do. And the next match for me is going to be in, let's look at the time, it's at 13:30 my time. So in 2 hours time the match actually starts, 2 hours from right now. Remember, this is a 15-minute delayed stream. So what I suggest is about an hour and a half time you start looking for my streaming, and that's easy versus IR. That's for the HCA. It's not HCA, the seasonal rather. This was the APAI. I do hope you enjoyed this. Let's do our little raid on Trauma Stew, and that'll be in 15 minutes time. And I look forward to seeing you on my next stream. Until then, goodbye. There below us, yeah, there it is, over to the top left there. It's just killed something. That's a good kill. Little bit of number search there now from OPBHB, so that's going to be a defense for a while. That Stuart's in on the point. Oh, there's just a truck around the back. Stuart's in on the point there, but he's not going to be able to see too much, and now he's getting smoked up anyway. So you don't really need to do that in the wheat field, because if we look down at where the Stuart is, right, he can't even see Wilhelm running in front of him. Right, we're just running around the back of that and having a bit of a look. Look, see Wilhelm there, not getting spotted at all.